good evening, everyone, and welcome to THL's Monday Madness. Tonight, we're doing something that is completely different from what you guys see and know of your typical Hearthstone game. This is something that Hector and I have been working on for maybe about a month now, it seems like almost, which is crazy, but we're really excited about this idea. It is called THL's Dungeons and Dragons, or Monday Madness's Dungeons and Dragons, rather. Um, just like Dungeons and Dragons, there are a ton of rules. So the easiest way to get you guys to understand this, what we're doing, is that we created a rule book for this. So why don't I just pull it up? I'll go over real quickly some of the highlights of what we're doing so that you guys can follow along easily. So pretty much one host, which is going to be Hector Howe, is going to be the Dungeon Master, and he's going to create 3 dungeon decks. Each of those decks are going to have 3 dungeon bosses. They're going to be legendaries, and those are the only legendaries he can have in those decks. Then there's going to be 2 adventurers, and we're each going to build 1 adventure deck each. In those, there's going to be 3 legendaries. Those are going to be our raid leaders for those decks. As the adventurers are attempting to raid the dungeons, they're going to select one of their decks at a time and choose one of the 3 dungeons to raid. Again, under very unique rules and restrictions and win conditions. The adventurers have 5 raid attempts to defeat the dungeons. So, some of the dungeons that you might expect us seeing could be a dragon deck, a demon deck, Titan being like giants and gods and towering beings, etc., beasts, goblins, murlocs. We'll have Hector let us know what he brought in a moment. And for the rules, adventurers can't attack or target face. So what the heck? That pretty much changes the whole game, because that's not the win condition for the adventurers, and I'll explain further in a moment. The Dungeon Master may attack face, but only when a dungeon boss is in play. So pretty much the way a dungeon deck is defeated is when all 3 of those dungeon bosses fall. Then at that moment, Hector, the Dungeon Master would concede, and that deck is defeated, and we move on to the next dungeon. An adventurer deck is defeated when all of our raid leaders fall, or if we fall below 30 HP. So it's a totally different dynamic. We win the challenge as adventurers if we defeat all 9 of those dungeon bosses after 5 raid attempts. The Dungeon Master wins if all 6 of our raid leaders fall, or if they survive our 5 raid attempts. An interesting thing is that a dungeon boss, once it's drawn and it's in hand and there's enough mana to play it, it has to be played. Raid leaders can be played at will. So even though there's 9 dungeon bosses and 6 raid leaders, it may seem unbalanced because Dungeon Master only has to kill 6, we have to kill 9, but we can choose whether or not to play our raid leaders. Some additional limitations. There's some minion rarity limits. For example, I already mentioned the 3 legendaries, but we're also restricting to 2 epics, 2 rares, and as you can see on either side, commons and basics are restricted differently depending on the Dungeon Master or the Adventurer. Now there's going to be specific spell restrictions. Dungeon can only play buff, debuff, draw, heal, and summon. Dungeons can't play weapons, any damage spells, morph spells like Hex or Evolve, any duplication spells like Echo of Medivh, stat manipulation, or hard removal like Assassinate, Execute, and Tome, etc. The Adventurers, we can use weapons, draw spells, spells that deal 4 damage or less, buff, debuff, and heal, and Adventurers, we cannot use summon spells, morph, duplication, stat manipulation, or kill removal spells. The last interesting limitation here is that the dungeons can have duplicate minions and the adventurers cannot. Additional restrictions regarding spells. Dungeon Master can play spells at will. Adventurers have to have a spell casting minion on the board. Regarding weapons, Dungeon Master can't play or use any. The adventurers can, but a weapon charge can only be used if there is a capable minion on the board. So by capable, we mean has hands, isn't frozen. right? It could swing a weapon. Again, with the spells, Thalnos can cast a Frostbolt, or Flame Waker can cast Flame Cannon, etc. So that's what we mean by those restrictions. Additional restrictions: we banned some minions that are really OP for this format. So Stealth, because you can just drop a stealth minion, buff it to a 20/20, and then finally bring it out and kill all the dungeon bosses. Too easy. Hard removal like BGH, and stat manipulation like Crazed Alchemist, Aldor, Keeper of Uldamon, etc. Cards that are acquired in the game after the deck building process through Discover, for example, have to follow all of the rules for the Dungeon Master or the Adventurer. Legendaries earned through a Death Rattle are usable because they're already on the board. They're in the state of the game. But legendaries that are discovered to the hand cannot be used. And lastly, there will be no use of the hero powers. So that's how the game is going to be played. After each game, there's one final unique situation that's happening, and this is the last of the rules. So after adventurers raid a dungeon, they're going to return to camp. So during this process, a dungeon master and the adventurers have to make adjustments to their decks, because if we're raiding a dungeon and some of our minions die, they have to be replaced. So to go through these, legendary or epic minions die, have to be replaced by a weapon or a spell or a common or basic minion that's 5 mana or less. In the adventurer deck, if a rare, common, or basic minion dies, it's replaced by a minion of the same rarity. In the dungeon deck, if a 6 or higher cost rare, common, or basic minion dies, it has to be replaced by a 5 or less. And if they lose a 5 or less costing rare, common, or basic, it can be reused. So these are the rules, these are the limitations, this is the world that we're building for Dungeons & Dragons. We think it's going to be really fun, it's going to be really unique. So I hope you guys can understand those rules. We also will be discussing the rules as we're going in case anything comes up, just so that it's apparent and you guys can understand what's going on. So why don't we get into some quick introductions. I myself, Nade, will be one of the adventurers today. We did have Eli scheduled, who is going to be one of the adventurers, but something come up with a family emergency, so he won't be able to make it today. But fortunately, I know what we're doing here, and I should be able to figure it out. And joining me is Cutthroat.
Yep, I'm here.
And his microphone's on, and
promise to be quiet as possible.
So, Cutthroat brought an Uther class for his adventure decks. I will be bringing Jaina. And for the Dungeon Master, the star of the show, or the villain, per se, will be Hector Howell. How you doing, man?
Welcome to the dungeon. I'm doing just well, thank you. I look forward to crushing your hopes and dreams slowly.
Oh no, well hey, when we practiced this, you did exactly that, so hopefully we figured out some new strategies and can find a way to take out these dungeon bosses. So without further ado, Hector, what dungeons did you bring?
The dungeons you have the option to enter tonight are a dragon dungeon,
Okay.
a demon dungeon, and a murloc dungeon.
Cool. Oh, and to clarify, we do allow wild format. So that demon dungeon is going to have, we should be able to expect some pretty tough stuff like Mal'Ganis, etc. Dragon, demon, murloc. Cutthroat, we kind of built your deck for like a scouting purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I say we run yours first and see what he's got, and then we could adjust accordingly. Sound good?
What do you want to go against? I would say probably Murloc, since I have like sheep and stuff in it.
Okay. Oh, Hector, did you mute or deafen your volume?
Muting now.
Okay, cool. So he won't be able to hear us as we strategize. And behind the scenes, we'll have our good friend Aroy helping us with some logistics and making sure that we follow these rules all good and dandy. So great. let's go into it.
Start.
Let me spectate you guys, or Cutthroat at least. Okay. So he's only allowed 3 legendaries. He's bringing a shaman. So we're probably. Oh, he brought Morgul. That's great. So he's probably gonna have Neptulon with this hand. Okay, so
Yeah,
Voodoo,
so I think you have to keep the doctor just because you need that spellcaster.
yeah, Voodoo Doctor is a healer, so he casts healing spells, so he can cast our spells.
Yeah, I mean, Selfless Hero is pretty good. Coghammer is really, really good on 3. Consecration is probably going to be really good against this deck because it's probably going to be really aggressive. So I actually kind of like this entire hand.
Yeah, normally I would choose to pitch Consecrate, but he's probably going to be flooding that board quickly, like you said. Yeah, I like everything. Let's do this. Now, for those watching on the stream, you guys can see that we've built ourselves a little dungeon overlay here. So it looks like we are probably going into a Selfless Hero. Unless we want...
Or should we just wait? Yeah, because I mean, like, he can't attack face unless he puts down a legendary. So
yeah, this way we can get more value out of that.
yeah,
I say we pass. Good call.
So
we could get 2 for 1 out of this Scarlet, or we can get greedy, wait an extra turn.
yeah, I think we either play the Crusader or we wait. I think those are really the only 2 options.
Yeah, next turn we could drop the Selfless and then Coghammer, and that'll go 3 for 1.
Good. Yep. I think that's probably the better play.
All right, let's do that. If we don't start killing these things soon, then it's going to get out of hand.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can consecrate the turn after, too. But I guess we can't, because we wouldn't have the Voodoo Doctor, but the turn after that we could.
Yeah, we would need turn 4. Now, in this format, the coin isn't considered a spell, so... Okay. Farsight, interesting. He's digging for that Neptulon. So there's another spellcaster. So now we have some options here.
I think the Selfless Coghammer is still the play.
I like it too. So we have a capable minion on board, so we can swing our weapon. Nice.
And even though he can't attack face because he doesn't have a legendary down, he still can attack minions. So
yeah, he still can attack minions if he wants. He probably should, because he doesn't want us to get value off of a Divine Shield. Oh wow,
I think that's a mistake. I think that's a big mistake.
So we can get a buffed Blood Knight.
And then we can give it Divine Shield.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the correct call.
Yeah, because that 6/6 will go farther than a 2/1.
And then next turn, we can Voodoo Doctor Consecrate if we need to.
Yeah. Nice. We're just praying that that we don't see a war leader.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's either a slower deck than we had anticipated, or he's just drawing slowly.
Poorly.
Yeah. So Murloc legendaries. There's Old Murk-Eye is probably the strongest one.
Yep.
Um,
The little tiny one, 1/3 that gives you new hero power.
right, there is Finley. Okay, so he's gonna get value
Huh.
out of that.
Okay.
So he's waiting for a war leader. That's why he's conserving his minions.
Yeah. I almost think that it's worth consecrating this board to make sure that doesn't happen. Because you can clear it.
So another option is we remove the 2/3. Oh yeah, then it.
Comes back. And then you consecrate and hit it with your face.
Yeah, I
and
like
then
it.
clears the entire board.
And we're sitting with a 6/6. Cool. We're off to a good start here. This is way better than our practice round.
Yeah.
We got rolled over with this paladin deck, but I think we made some good adjustments.
Well, and not drawing Finley so early, because he put us down really, really low, really early.
Yeah. So we'll lose our spellcaster, but we have a fairy dragon in hand.
Yep.
So we could trade Voodoo into the 3/2. Drop a shredder. We'll have a good board.
Probably the Squire too, right?
Yep. I love that we got the Naxxramas game board. Oh, yep, there it is. Of course. Okay. So he's got minions galore.
I almost think the correct call here is to abusive the Shredder and kill it with the Shredder and the Squire to preserve our board. And keep the 6/6.
6/6 can go 2 for 1, or maybe even 3 for 1.
Right. Especially if we put out Rag next turn.
Yeah.
I think that's better.
Now he can't play damage spells, so Scarlet Crusader can survive.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
There's a second one.
Yeah, and with the dungeon, once they get a dungeon boss, they have to play it. So he's pretty screwed here. We only have one more. Okay, he's going there. Doesn't quite make sense.
I think he's trying to remove things from my deck now. He knows he's going to lose this game, so he's trying to just weaken my deck overall so that he has a stronger chance next turn or the next game.
We don't even need to play the Ragnaros because we'll risk losing it.
I'm trying to think of what his third legendary will be. Like, it has to be Finley, right?
I would assume so.
So I think we trade in here with the Peddler since he's free.
Yeah.
And then, I don't think we play anything. I think we just sit.
Oh yeah, conserve our minions so that we don't have to replace too many.
Yep.
I'm surprised your dogs aren't freaking out. Where'd you lock them up?
Yeah, I locked him out.
For once. Let them roam wild while we have team practice, but
yeah, of course. And I ate all the jelly beans beforehand.
So Winnie can't steal the jelly beans.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, poor dog. I love listening to you yell at your dog for eating all your jelly beans.
This fucking dog. I don't understand how she finds them. It's ridiculous. In a drawer? Nope. She'll find him.
So we know he played Neptulon. He's got all these Murlocs in his hand.
Yep. Yeah, I think he's gonna just wait for a big flood turn and hope I can't deal with it.
Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
I think you play the Sneeds and kill it with the Crusader.
yeah, I'm okay with that.
And the other option is you play either Rag or Minibot, and I think that Sneeds is the strongest.
Well, if we play Rag now, it'll
Hmm?
heal our face,
Right, which we don't care about.
and then future turns, it could heal. So actually, what we could do is play the Rag, run the 6/6 into the 3/2, because he doesn't have any damage spells. He could get healed, and then we could preserve the Divine Shield.
Yeah, he doesn't have any damage spells, but he has Charge Murlocs.
That's a good point. So yeah, you know what? I'd probably value the Blood Knight more than the Scarlet Crusader.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, let's do
So
that.
I think you play the Sneeds, and I think you run it in with 3-1.
Yeah. I don't
That's
think we're
probably
gonna.
bad.
I don't think we're gonna lose our Sneeds.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't play Sneeds enough to know whether the placement really matters.
I don't think it does. Now, okay. So our raid leaders, we got Sneeds. Oh yeah,
Yep,
good call,
so-
dude. He's already charging. We got Sneeds. We got Rag, Light Lord. Oh, and Tyrion.
Yeah, this is
This
the
is
kind
rough.
of shit I was expecting.
Wow. Oh! Maximum value. I think we're good. Let's see.
Yeah.
So 3-1 to clear the.
Yeah, so I think you have to kill the war leader with the Crusader. And then I think you just start working down the line.
Yeah, I would run the 6/6 into the Flame Tongue. Kill the
First?
war. It doesn't matter. Kill the war leader with the Crusader.
I agree.
Yeah. We want to kill the Murloc that buffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we want? Yeah, we're gonna lose her. Oh, we could get 2-for-1 out of her if we keep her. Right?
How so?
No, what am I saying?
Yeah, I think you kill
Yeah,
it.
you're right. You're right.
And then I think you... Do we play Minibot and Rag?
Yeah. So hopefully Rag heals Deathwing.
Attaboy.
We couldn't have gotten a better minion off of that.
No. No, that was pretty good.
What a shame is that we don't really need it in this situation.
Right.
That could have been useful against that demon deck. Yep.
There
So
he is. Okay.
so
That's
this
good.
is game.
Oh, wow. Double draw. Okay. Yep.
Cool. All right. So let's get a list from Aroy.
About what we lost.
What we lost. Although I could probably count it on one hand.
A meager warm up.
Okay, we're gonna have to do some rebuilding. So yeah, so now we go to camp. We've lost some minions during our raid, some heroes, some fellow warriors who have died, and we're going back to camp, going back to town now, so that we can recruit some new troops to join the adventurers. So. Let's see what we need to take out of the paladin list.
Okay. Do you want me to share my screen for this?
I have your list on the.
Okay.
Okay, so we gotta take out Selfless Hero, Voodoo Doctor, Piloted Shredder, Abusive Sergeant, Guardian Squire.
Oops.
Scarlet Crusader, Sneeds, So lost.
Okay. So we lost a lot of our good low drops.
Yeah. Lost a good spellcaster in Voodoo Doctor.
Yep.
So what are you looking at? What are you thinking?
So let's find a legendary first.
We can't replace legendary with legendary. We got to replace
Right.
it. Oh, that's what you
Right.
meant.
But let's find the replacement for the legendary first.
And according to our rules, that should be just a 5 or less cost, common or basic. Let me search common. Ooh, I like Anubis Sentinel.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Or Pit Fighter.
No, I like Sentinel better.
Silverhand Knight. So now we're going to be going up against Dragon or Demon. I put Anubisoth in.
Mm-hmm. Maybe some draw? Maybe like a Polluted Hoarder?
Interesting. I kind of... Or a Cult Master.
Yeah, I like Cult Master.
Alright, 5 cards left.
Need some Spellcasters and some low drops.
Let me look at 2 drops. Oh, you know, Beckoner of Evil. I mean, the Cthulhu buff isn't relevant, but the 2/3 body and the low cost, you know, we
I think
can
that's fair.
we can consecrate on turn 6 with her. What about a Noyatron?
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Like a Noyatron and Direwolf Alpha.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think Annoyatron's good. Did we lose any rares or epics?
Let's take a look.
didn't-
So
didn't
Zero
check
Voodoo
it.
Doctor,
Yeah.
Pilot Shredder, Abusive Sargon. No. We only lost commons and basics.
That's pretty good. Yeah, because we didn't lose the Blood Knight, right? Okay. What about Young Priestess?
That is a rare, isn't she?
Oh, she is. You're right.
We already have 2 rares, right?
Yep.
Belcher and something else.
What about Undertaker?
So Undertaker, it's a 1 mana cost. He's definitely a spellcaster. Combines with Belcher, Pilot Sky Golem. That's not bad. I like it. Do we want more AoE to kind of, you know, we have Explosive Sheep, so we could get like a Unstable Ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
Or
I don't think either of the other decks are going to be as Zergy as the Murloc one was.
That's right. That's a good point.
So I think that like Flame Juggler would be a good one.
Really good call.
And
it's a spellcaster. We get on board, deals damage. Do we want something like Ascension?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The other thing is something that's just like, or maybe just a Yeti. It's just a solid body.
Yeti. Mechanical Yeti. Oh, we did rule spare parts as playable at will because they're mechanical, but we don't want to give him one.
Or a dwarf. Dark Iron Dwarf.
Oh, I like that better.
I think that's good. Okay, and that's 30.
Alright, now, what's our second rare? We have Sludge Belcher.
I'm looking right now. Maybe we didn't have one.
Yeah. We actually have to replace a rare with a rare. What was the rare that we lost? Selfless Hero.
Oh, yep.
So, we gotta cut something for a rare.
Well, we can put, like, Secret Keeper in.
Instead of Undertaker?
For Young Priestess. Yeah, or Secret Keeper or Young Priestess in for Undertaker.
better? We have 1, 2. How many?
Or a wild pyro. Yeah, I don't know. I think probably the priestess is better.
Done.
Okay, so take out the Undertaker and put in the priestess. Okay, all right, I'm good.
Cool.
So what do you want to go against next? Demon or dragon?
Let me look at our Jaina list real quick. Do we want to scout with yours again?
So I think that mine's probably going to be a little weaker, but
That's true.
But I don't know. I mean, do you want to play the mage and see how it goes? It'll probably fare better against the demon than I will. So do you want to try it? Just try and one shot it, and then we'll get 3 chances at the dragon.
Let's do that.
Okay.
All right, let's let Hector know. Demon. Nice. I think that was a good rebuild. Oh, I got this overlay covering. Oh yeah, we gotta do wild. Alright, let's do this. So many darn buttons to click on this overlay. I gotta play and stream at the same time. Oh, Hector with the audio. That was awesome. Maybe throw back everything, or do we keep the Flame Waker? With this deck,
I think you keep the Flame Waker. It's just too good, and especially because this is such a spell-centric deck.
We're probably going to be holding on to cards for a while, which will help if we draw our Mountain Giant. As you guys can see, this is one of our raid leaders. We felt he can really go, 3 or 4 for 1, maybe even 5 for 1 potentially. So that's why we like Foe Reaper. But to start off, gotta play low. We got both of our rares and a good removal spell. This is not bad. Expected that. Can't use hero powers, can't use spells without dropping one of these guys, so we're probably doing nothing. Okay, yeah, it's demons and demonic-like beings. So that's why Possessed Villager fits the theme. I think we're passing here.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
What legendaries are we going to see?
Mal'Ganis.
Gonna see Mal'Ganis. Oof.
That's rough.
Now if we... he could Mortal Coil. He could do a lot of things. I think we save our spells.
Yeah, I agree with the spells, but you might play the Flame Caller because it clears the villager and it sets you up for like a turn 4. You can Sorcerer's Apprentice Frostbolt, and the next turn you can either Flame Bolt or Flame Waker Frostbolt or Pyro and kill it.
I like it.
Just
Let's get on
starts
the board.
clearing some of this trash, yeah. Because like Pyro Frostbolt clears the board next turn, which is obviously pretty good. If he doesn't clear this. Okay.
Mana Worm, Sorcerer's Apprentice, Frostbolt. I don't think that's worth it.
No, I don't think so either.
If we play the Mana Worm, he'll trade with the Voidwalker, most likely, which sets up for a good Wild Pyro turn, since we could target the Frostbolt on what he plays next.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine.
So we just kind of let this
Die.
Now, he could Dark Bomb it.
Uh,
He could do a lot of other things. But maybe that's worth it that he uses removal on this rather
On
than...
this rather than the rest of your stuff, yeah.
Let's try it.
I think it's fair.
It's such a weird play, but it's like...
Yeah, it might be a little greedy too, but we'll see.
Such a different format that it makes sense. It's gotta have removal.
Or another stupid, like a Demon Heart or something, you know?
Yeah.
So that we go to burst things and he just busts them all up. Nope. Alright, that's going to work out pretty well.
So, we can...
Yeah, I mean, I think the play is Pyro Frostbolt.
And we're Frostbolting the Flame Imp.
Yeah.
This
And it leaves him with a 2-1 and a 1-1. And then the next turn you can Flame Waker.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
The question is, did he craft Pit Lords for this format? Since we can't target face and life total doesn't matter. Because that is OP. So... Oh, what is this? It's gotta be Lotheb, he has 5 mana. Oh, what?
I mean, I still kind of think Flame Waker Frostbolt's the play.
And
if you're going to do that, maybe you should play the Sorcerer's Apprentice too.
I like it. Because then one spellcaster will survive for a Flame Strike next turn, whether that's good or not. Alright, OP. Alright.
Okay, that's not bad.
But we do run into another cheap spellcaster that can combo with our Flame Strike if these do get cleared. Now, he doesn't have Malchezaar. Oh, you know what he could have? Illidan.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's his favorite. Oh, this is not going to be good. What's he got in his hand?
Oh, he's probably got this... What is it? Dread Infernal or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Which...
So I think you play the Twilight Summoner. Yep, definitely. And I think you trade in with it. Yep. Try and negate as much of this as possible.
Yeah. Hold on to the Fairy Dragon.
Yep.
It's probably... Oh.
Or he just hasn't, he's not playing it because he doesn't get that much value out of it right now.
So we can Dragon's Breath and then remove the 1/1 with our Twilight if it survives.
Mm-hmm.
If the Imp survives. Oh man. Have to.
Yeah, I think you have to. Not exactly what we wanted, but oh well.
Now this Faceless Destroyer is not a spellcaster, it's just...
Correct.
Like a magical golem type looking thing.
Construct.
Yeah, construct, that's the word. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Is it worth Fairy Dragon Frostnoving right now?
I think you have to.
We can't. We're not going to lose the Fairy Dragon unless he draws Geddon next turn. He doesn't have it in his hand because he would have had to play it last turn because he would have had the mana available.
Right. Yeah, I think that's fair. think that's really the only play you do have.
Because he could choose not to play anything next turn.
Right.
Let's just do it. Or do we want to save a Fairy Dragon for a future raid?
No, I think you have to play it.
Now, he could have Demon's Heart.
Yep, which would suck.
Do we play around that? Or do we trade? I mean, do we put damage into it?
No.
Okay.
It's not going to matter. I mean, if you're going to trade, there's no point in playing the Fairy Dragon, so. And by leaving it. Yeah.
Oh, that's why we have one smart person on the team. Smalganis? Ooh. That could get dirty.
Yep. Well, I mean, so I think that you hit the because if you hit the Void Caller with the Destroyer, then you could Flame Strike the board and then Flame Cannon it, and you should be able to clear everything while keeping at least your Faceless Destroyer alive. Because it's not going to be a big minion, right? It can't be a big demon. So the worst that it's going to be is a 6/8. It can't be a legendary.
Right. Could be a Pit Lord. Could be another Dread. Yeah, I like seeing what comes out first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, that's dirty.
Do we clear this board?
I think you kind of have to. I mean, it leaves us without a spellcaster, but I think that's okay.
I think he'll have to replace those. So now we're just... He's going to have card advantage big time, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we really need to draw one of our...
I love this. I love that this is happening. Oh, man. Oh!
Oh, of course.
Wow!
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's really good.
Are we trading?
Yeah. I mean, there's no reason not to. He's going to do it anyway. He might as well. And this makes it that he can't play that again. Play the Ronin. He's either going to have to kill it or ignore it.
Yeah.
Either way, you're going to have to... You're going to have 3 copies of Arcane Missiles to blow next turn. If you draw a Spellcaster, which we probably will.
Yeah, what do we started with like 14 spellcasters. We had to remove some. We're probably down around 12 or something.
We're at 12, yeah.
We need more beer.
Yeah,
I think
I'm almost empty.
That's the play.
Okay.
Wow, Flame Strike would be nice right now. So he can attack face. He has a raid leader on board.
Yep.
Oh!
Double raid leader.
Okay. So we kill the Illidan first, because then we're removing one of his raid bosses.
But the thing is you can't play the Flame Cannon after you.
Oh, yeah, that'll be enough to kill us. So we can kill the Doom Guard. Make sure we don't...
He has enough to kill you, so it doesn't matter. So you're going to have to trade, but you play the Flame Cannon first. Because if you kill the Doom Guard, he just kills you with both of his you know, what's left of his board. So we die regardless. That's not going to change. But hopefully we can, I don't know, kill something else. Like if we Flame Cannon and it hits the Wrath Guard, then he also has to replace that. Or if it hits the Dark Peddler, he also has to replace that. Because we're dead. There's no coming back from this. But at least we can kill one of the bosses. Yeah, so that's good.
Go for Illidan.
Yeah, and then you kill Illidan, yep. And then that's the game. Unfortunately. But at least we killed one of them.
Damn it. So we killed one boss, we lost one boss, right?
Yeah, we lost, the Ronin.
Just won this game, so total we're down 2 raid leaders, right?
What else did we lose? Or what else did we...
In the beginning we lost... Did we lose?
I think that's it.
Hector has to do some rebuilding too.
Yep, which is nice. Because that was a pretty difficult deck.
Yeah, man. Okay. Let's get our list from Aroy. Now I know we lost Mana Worm and Fairy Dragon, right?
So we lost Flamecaller, Mana Worm, Wild Pyro, Sorcerer's Apprentice, Twilight Summoner, Flame Waker, and Ronin. I'm not sure how many of those are rare and how many are epic, though.
We lost Fairy Dragon too, right?
Yeah, we traded in with it. Yep.
And do we have a Flame Juggler, or was that you who had the Flame Juggler?
That's me, yeah.
Twilight Flamecaller.
Twilight Flamecaller, Mana Worm, Wild Pyro.
Cool.
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
So we need 2 rares.
Okay.
We could get Cult Sorcerer.
That's a good one.
Kirin Torme, Suit Spewer. We could...
Well, if we need rares, like Babbling Book isn't terrible.
Right, it could give us something bad. I would
Right.
Now, do we consider that a spellcaster?
Yeah, definitely. It's an animated book.
It's a spell book. I mean, just because it's animated by magic doesn't mean it can cast magic. I think we could find a better rare, though. For example, we can replace some of our minions with spells, and we can put Ethereal Anarchist and some counter spells, or... no, I don't like that. Actually...
Maybe like Sure Drake?
Oh, good call. Done. Oh, Abomination.
Yeah, I was thinking A-Bomb, but A-Bomb's not great against this deck because nothing's really 2 health or less, you know? It's... I mean, at least the last version wasn't.
Mm-hmm. I like Azure Drake. Okay.
Yeah, or Belcher. Belcher's also another good call.
Belcher is good for this format. What was the other rare that we took? Do we like Cult Sorcerer over Belcher?
No, probably not. And then we'll just fill the rest of our hand with spellcasters. Common ones.
We have a 2 mana cost, 2 mana cost, 4 mana cost. Let's look for some 2 and 3 mana cost spellcasters.
Okay. Beckoner of Evil.
Yeah.
Even though it's an okay one. Kobold. Do you have Kobold in there? Or Flame Juggler?
I do have Kobold, do have Flame Juggler, yeah.
Okay.
We could argue Netherspite Historian is one, but I don't think she's all that strong.
Right, that's, yeah, exactly.
Twilight Geomancer definitely is. It's a 1/4 taunt for 2 mana. It could be useful to protect other spellcasters, but let's see what we got at the 3 mana slot. Okay, we got
Earthen Ring.
Dalaran Mage, Earthen Ring. Yeah, cast a heal spell, right? Uh,
It's a Farseer.
well, he looks more of a weapon user, and maybe the totems
Does.
are casting the spells. Who knows? What do you? What's your call?
I mean, Farseers are usually spellcasters, so I would say
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, you're better with lore than I am. So let's take it. It's a good body to trade with too.
Yep, yep.
And we got confirmation from Aaroy that that's a spellcaster.
Maybe Violet Illusionist? Like it's one of the very few cards that like makes him trade, you know?
Twilight Elder is another option.
Mm-hmm.
We could put one of each in.
I think that's fair. And then do we need any like how
We kind of need some bigger bodies to contest
that
some
bigger?
of the.
But I mean, he lost a lot of his big minions though.
That is true. But he is replacing stuff, so
Right. Maybe like
Gurubashi could go far.
yeah, yeah.
Pit Lord might be more reliable, guaranteeing.
I mean, we could also put like champions and like bog creepers.
That's true. Spectral Knight is another good one.
Force Tank Max, Sunwalker.
Sunwalker is rare. I like Force. I really like Force Tank Max. What is that? 8 mana?
I think so, yeah. Let me look. Yeah, 8 mana.
We got room for one more. So for our big minions, our deeper threats, we have Faceless Summoner, Foe Reaper, Force Tank, Medivh, Mountain Giant.
I'd say like a higher end of the mid range, like maybe a Spectral Knight or a Pit Fighter.
Do we like Boulder Fist over Pit Fighter?
How's our curve? The curve is. Yeah, I think that's either one of those is fine. I don't think that.
We have.
I don't think that by the time we get there it's gonna matter. So I think probably Ogre's better.
Cool. Do we want to go back in there with Mage or Paladin?
It's completely your call. I would say that they're probably both going to be about the same. I think my deck's a little more aggressive, so I'd say yours is probably going to stand a little better chance. Unless we wanted to do with mine as well.
Well, we'll try it again. I mean, we kind of just rebuilt with this deck in mind.
With this, exactly, yeah.
Alright, let me tell him Demon again. Alright, let's do it. So... Oh yeah, we lost Sneeds. We lost Sneeds Old Shredder, and we lost Ronin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. This audio. Should we pitch everything back, or do we keep the Twilight?
Sorry, I'm not actually in yet. Probably keep the Twilight.
Okay, he's gonna have a faster start here.
Yeah.
But the good thing is, we know that our face is safe, right? He's got a 10 mana cost dungeon boss, and he's an idiot if he's not playing Mal'Ganis, so...
Yeah, so you're looking at two really, really high end. So as long as... I almost feel like that what we should do is just slow roll this. Like, just let him stack the board until, like, turn 8, and then use our AoE to just clear everything.
Cool.
Because what's he gonna do? He can't go face if you don't give him a target to attack. Then
Right.
I think this keg is almost tapped, and that makes me really, really sad.
Well, when'd you open it this morning?
No, it's been like a couple weeks. It's kind of disgusting, but
We
it's the great
got
part about having a keg trader.
we got everything we need here. Now, yeah, we instituted the rule that the dungeon cannot attack face unless it has a dungeon boss out. Kind of for this reason, is in testing we found that, because first the rule was nobody can attack face, but in testing we found that a burn, any AoE and burn spells, decks, are just OP then in that format, because you just let them build and then kill.
And then just destroy their board.
Yeah. Which unfortunately is what we're seeing right now. Now, if this was the Murloc deck, we couldn't have gotten away with this.
No. Well, and the reason why we're able to get away with this is because we already lost to this deck once and saw that this is the way it is. I mean, I would never have suggested this if we didn't already know it. He's gonna come out with like some 2-mana legendary or something, and we're just gonna get completely rolled.
Now, he can't play a dungeon boss right now because his board is full. There is a rule that if that's the case, he has to create a board state that allows him to play. So he could do something like Siphon Soul his Peddler and play an 8-cost legendary.
Sure.
Something to that effect.
I mean, this is almost to the point where you just blizzard this board, though. You get so much value from it. But maybe
we could Violet and Frost Nova.
That's fair. I think that's okay. And then next turn you can Flame Strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a card.
That's a card.
Oh, thank you, A-Leaf11, for the compliment. We appreciate that. Yeah, it took a while for us to come up with this format. And sorry that I probably really botched your name.
Yeah, I was gonna say that didn't sound anything like what I would have said.
No. So I think he's getting flame cannoned right now.
Oh no! You know what? Since you drew the Force Tank, I almost think that's better because then you can also, because like we decided that Water Ellie is a spellcaster, so I think that you play the Force Tank and then next turn you can Water Ellie or Ogre Magi and cast some of these spells. Yeah, I think that's much better. Yep, because he's probably gonna trade in. Yep, and then you can clear and cast that and cast another spell.
Get a ruling real quick. If a rare, common, or basic meaning diamond, it must replace same rarity. Okay, yeah. So it was legal for us to replace with a Force Tank.
Yeah.
In the case of the dungeon, like, there's times when he has to put a weaker minion into play. Imp Gang.
Okay.
So we can Twilight and Blizzard. Takes care of the... I think
it takes care of the Spectral, but does it really do much for us otherwise? I mean, like, really what you want is you want that Magi and Blizzard, which is next turn. So I say that what you do is...
We can
yeah, so I would kill that, yeah. But it feels so bad wasting a shield on that. Like if he plays a Mal'Ganis next turn, how in trouble are we? We have 2 Wraith Guards.
So
I think
that's
that's okay.
12.
I think that's fine. I think that's the play. And then I'd probably play the Faceless, right?
Well, we could Twilight, Frost, Flame Cannon.
No, I wouldn't have done the plays the way we did if that's what you're gonna do, because now you have a 1/1 that you can hit with it. If you're gonna Flame Cannon, you should have Flame Cannon first.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, that's an interesting interaction right there. That's not bad.
By design.
Yeah, here's
he has-
Mal'Ganis.
Has to. No, maybe not. Yep, there it is. What a bastard.
He's gonna go face.
Nope, it's not clear. He's worried.
Wow, look at that. No
Mhm.
damage taken. So
So yeah, I think you definitely play either the Water Ellie or the Magi. And I actually don't think it matters which one you play. I'd say probably the Water Ellie's better because I think it trades better.
The Magi secures the kill on the
With
Wrath
the Blizzard, but it doesn't secure the kill with Frostbolt Flame Cannon. You get that anyway. And I think that the correct play is I think that you Water Ellie and Flame Cannon. If the Flame Cannon hits the Mal'Ganis, then you Frostbolt the Mal'Ganis. And if it doesn't, then you Frostbolt the Mal'Ganis.
Now, do we develop the Arcane behind it?
Yeah, probably, yeah. Because you have the extra mana. Ah, got him.
Nice. So he has Yasharaj left. Which means it's here. Where's he getting these from?
Oh wow, it's the first card in his hand too.
Yeah. God.
Okay, that's
So I think we're Ogre and Blizzard right here.
Yeah, I think so.
There's another spellcaster.
Yeah, or yeah, I think you still Ogre and Blizzard because you want the +1 damage, and then you probably trade to clear that stupid Felguard out of the way.
He's gonna get another free minion.
Yeah, it's gonna suck. Okay. Okay. Doesn't have a taunt, doesn't matter.
Yep, we win.
Yep. I mean, you have to trade those two. Ooh, okay. Well, that's good. Now you don't have to give up. So which minion do we want less? Probably the Ogre Magi. Water Ellie's so good.
I don't know. Turning a Blizzard into 3 AoE.
Yeah. But there's so many spell damage minions. There's only one Water Ellie. I think that's the correct play.
Alright, we're down to the last dungeon. And we
get 2 tries at it.
2 raid attempts. I think it's time for a break here. I know I have to use the little boys' room real quick. Get another beer. So let's do that. And then we'll come right back. All right, we are back. Took a quick break. Randy is celebrating. What up, Cutthroat? So how are we doing so far?
We're doing pretty well. I did not expect us to one shot, especially that first dungeon.
I wasn't either.
I think that a big part of it is definitely being able to guess the type of deck that you're going against. Like the first game and the third game, the reason why we were able to do so well is because we guessed exactly what he was going to be bringing. Well, I mean, the third game we obviously knew what he was going to be bringing, but knowing whether it's going to be an aggro or a mid range or a late game deck is really important to how you build your deck to go against it.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to pull off that last strategy against an aggro deck because could have rolled over us too quickly.
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
Like he could have had maybe Lotheb as a demonic type of minion that could have helped, whatever is on that. Yeah, because he had a big board quickly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got fortunate with the draws there, and also, we scouted, we got a lot of information. And all right, so let's do our replacements and recruiting for this deck. And then he has a dragon deck.
Yep.
That we don't know if it's Dragon Pally, Dragon Priest. Who knows? Alright, let's take a look at our kill list. We lost Violet Illusionist. Force Tank.
Yeah, Force Tank was a good call.
Yeah,
good card.
Yeah, that was a really good call. That was
Divine Shield's so strong in this.
Arcane Anomaly. Did we play that? Yeah. Right?
I don't know. Let me check the. Yeah, Arcane Anomaly, Ogre Magi, Faceless Summoner, Force Tank, and Violet Illusionist.
Okay. Did we lose any rares here? Because if we don't have Violet Teacher in here, she needs to get in here. Oh no, we have Belcher and we have Azure Drake. Can't replace them. They didn't die.
Yep.
So we have 5
How about
cards.
Epics? Do we have both of our Epics still?
Epics, we
Or
have
rares?
Mountain Giant.
Mm-hmm.
What's our other Epic?
Did it die? Faceless? Is Faceless Epic?
Huh. We need another Epic. So... Doomsayer's Hard Removal, that's banned. Oh, Twilight Summoner. That's what we lost.
Ah, yep. Okay. Yeah, none of those are good enough.
Arcane Giant.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
how quickly are we going to go through spells in this format?
I think that it'll be. I mean, I don't think dragons is going to be super fast because think of all the dragons that we have. Like the only ones I can think of, and I don't know what deck he's bringing, so I don't know which class dragon we're going to go against. But
yeah.
I'm going to say it's probably going to be Paladin, which means Fairy Dragon is really the only low level you got. And obviously there are some cards that play off of dragons that he'll probably play, but I think that we'll be okay making this a little bit more greedy again.
Okay. How do we feel? So,
which deck do we want to bring first, though? Do we want to bring the Mage deck or do we want to bring the Paladin deck?
I'd like to bring the Paladin, but I'd like to rebuild.
Oh. I mean, like
we'll rebuild.
If we're gonna do that, we should. What I see, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, based on what we see. So let me just put 2 Yetis, 2 Brewmasters, and I'll remember to remove them.
Okay.
So you challenge Hector. He's got his dragon deck.
So if a epic minion gets killed, it has to be replaced by a weapon spell or a common or basic minion that costs 5 or less. So I don't know what we put in there for the epic, but okay. So let's go ahead and queue this paladin up against the dragon.
Get in there, man. One dungeon left, 2 raids left.
I think this will help too because this paladin's a little bit more aggressive, so I think we'll really be able to see a large. So it's Dragon Priest, okay. I think we'll be able to see a little bit more about what's going on.
Let's see.
So I think we throw the sheep and the sentinel.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm cool with that. So we got 2 spellcasters and 3 spellcasters, and they're cheap. Beautiful.
Okay. So my first inclination here is just to play the priestess because we have so many. But think about the dragons that he's going to be playing. Like if he plays a fairy dragon, then young priestess is really good. But
here's
if he
what
plays.
Here's what I like. Coin is not considered a spell in this format, so we
Right.
could coin out Beckoner, and next turn we could play Young Priestess and Avenge. And then
Well, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Or we play Fairy Dragon instead of Beckoner. That way he can't use any spells on it.
Good call.
Even though I don't know why he would.
Well, he can't use Pain. That's hard removal.
Right. Sure. Yep. But.
He can't use Smite. That's damage.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Fairy Dragon.
Okay. Let's do Fairy Dragon.
Let's move, bro.
Let's move. It's a game telling me to get my fat ass rolling. Let's go.
Nada.
Huh.
So, I think we do the same play because the priestess will
Yeah.
start buffing away, you know?
Yeah, I think that's still the better play.
Get that Fairy Dragon nice and fat. You know you like your dragons fat.
Okay. Okay, that's not great.
Wow, we would lose both, so we have to
I
sit.
think he just passed, right?
Yeah, because we'll benefit from him trading.
Yeah, from both. From this way, he can't kill a fairy dragon if he just tacks into it, and if he does tack into the priestess, we get the revenge.
Salt questioning our line of play. Okay, so this is
I know.
It's a good buff right here.
Don't question me, Salt. I know what I'm doing. Okay. Well, I think the sorcerer is pretty good. The
I
question
like
is do we...
Here's a question. Now, next, if we kill the 3/3, he could play a 5-cost card and guarantee that it gets +3 health. Is it better to kill this cultist now?
I almost think it is, because what is a 3/6 cultist going to do for him? Or a technician going to do for him?
I don't think it's going to do much.
Like, can't trade into the sorcerer.
Yeah. And if we draw into buff next turn...
Right.
Then we have a good dragon skin.
I mean, he's going to be able to trade either way, so I think it's better.
Yeah. Dude, playing so many cards that haven't played in so long.
I
Like,
know.
so long. Okay. Ooh, good for him. So, we can consecrate, get value. We can dark iron.
How do we get value from consecrate?
I don't know. I'm making things up.
Okay.
So I think we hit the 3-5 and pass.
Mm-hmm.
The reason being is he could trade with the 5-4.
You mean the 3/6?
Yeah, the 3-6.
Mm-hmm. Hit the technician with the sorcerer and just pass?
Yeah, put some
Why
damage.
would we not play Dark Iron then?
That's a great idea.
So just Dark Iron.
We should do that. Yeah, maximize.
Yeah. I think that's fair. And this way, if he trades in with the Corruptor into the Sorcerer, then we can Consecration and kill his entire board. Because we have the Beckoner in hand.
I bet we're going to see Alexstrasza.
Mm-hmm.
Since he can cut our life total in half.
Not that really helps him that much, but yes, definitely. Okay.
Yetzera is really strong for him. That's good. Is it worth getting a 5/3 Divine Shield?
It's not bad, but we don't really have a play after that then. Because we can't play either Consecration.
Yeah, I think we pass here.
I'm okay with that.
And hope he doesn't play a Chill Maw.
Yeah. Yeah, that would suck.
Then he start rolling over us.
Yeah. Yeah, that would suck. I almost feel that that's not nice. At least it was that card. I almost feel that every dungeon deck needs to have 3 different kinds of legendaries, like one mid-range, one late game, one early game, just so that you're able to put pressure on it any time in the game. You know? Like they can't tech against you that way.
Right.
Hmm.
Do we
love and equality?
Yeah, quality's banned.
Banned.
Is it worth getting a Consecrate in?
Or do we just play the Belcher?
I'm cool with Belcher. I mean, it's nice to... Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's a 10 mana play. It would be nice to get the buff on the Belcher, but I don't think we're going to see that. I think we're playing Belcher this turn. How many raid bosses do we have? Oh, we have Tyrion and Rag. So we might even see... Yeah, let's see where this goes.
And one of the nice things is Rag is also an 8 heal to face at the moment, because he's never going to leave enough on my board to...
Where's he getting these from? I bet you those aren't audio clips. I bet you that's his voice. He's that good of a role player. I bet money on. I would bet money on that.
Okay.
Things just staying alive.
That's still not terrible though, because it's still able to be consecrated down.
Yeah. Do we have a wild pyro in this deck?
I do not remember. I don't think so.
Ben Roethlisberger threw a touchdown. Forgot I have him. Football's going on. So, Consecrate for 3 is not bad. However, we could save up until turn 10.
It's the only spell power I have. I think we just pass again here.
So if we Consecrate for 3, we're removing 2 minions.
Right.
3 minions.
Wait. Yeah.
And we're bringing down his other stuff. 9 mana next turn. He's going to have a dungeon boss dragon. I say, let's get some minions off of his board.
So if he does, can he kill us?
Not next turn, but 2 turns from now.
11, 12, 15, 20. So he can't kill us next turn even if he drops a dragon, unless it's Alex.
I think we got to start beating on this board.
Okay. So you think Kobold? Consecrate?
Yeah, I like that. Here comes the audio. Here it comes. No, he doesn't.
If he has one, he has to play it, so he obviously doesn't have one.
All right.
Maybe he has more than one, and he was choosing which one to play.
Oh wow, that's gonna take forever to die.
Yep.
So Rag is probably coming out right now. Hmm.
8.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, we could drop Beckoner, Consecrate, and Explosive Sheep.
That's kind of what I was thinking. But I almost think that maybe Beckoner, Explosive Sheep, and putting Seal of Champions on the Explosive Sheep is better.
Is it better on the Beckoner? Yeah, it's way better on the Beckoner.
But here's what I was thinking the Explosive Sheep is, because otherwise he can just trade the 5/1 into the Explosive Sheep, blow it up, and he only does that. Otherwise, he has to trade 2 minions into it and lose them. And it still does 2 damage to the...
You're right. Let's do that. Let's do this.
Okay, this is pretty janky, but we're just going to go with it.
So 4/1 Divine Shield Explosive Sheep, boys and girls.
You see that in Standard, don't you?
OP. Oh god. I'm looking at this now. I really like that. Really like that play.
Yeah, like that's...
So it would be advantageous for him to run the... Oh god.
I mean, I guess if he gets Nightmare, he could kill us here. Oh wow. Who plays that card? Who does this?
That was huge. Tentacles! Tentacles! Dude, this deck is dirty.
Yeah, this deck is really dirty.
How do we kill Yatara? Oh!
That's the way.
Yeah, and then do we trade into the 4/3?
No, we're still dead. So if we trade in the 4/3, he pops it and kills it, and then kill... Oh no, he can't kill it. Okay, maybe I think we just played Tyrion and kill the 4/3. I think that's the only play we do have.
Okay.
Because we're gonna lose this game probably. I don't think there's any way we can come back from this. But at this point, all we're really trying to do is just see more of his deck to build the mage deck better against it.
Okay.
So I think the Tyrion is the good call. I think you kill this. Because he's gonna have to pop it with the Twilight Whelp, kill it with the Midnight Drake, unless he has some kind of nonsense in his hand, like a Corruptor or something.
Dude, if he has another Silence.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Oh, wow. OP. How are you not emoting? How are you not emoting? How are you not emoting? Must emote. Okay, you're not playing emotes. So we don't play Rag. Well, we only have 1 raid left, so it doesn't matter if our raid boss dies.
Right.
So right now...
But playing Rag doesn't really help us because he still kills us. So we have to consecrate, and we have to get healed.
We
and
can't
still die.
We can't.
There's absolutely nothing we can do.
Yeah, we can't consecrate. We don't. We don't have A spellcaster. Now, let me take the rules. Maybe we want to kill the Midnight Drake, because let me take the ruling on rares. If a 5 or less, he may be. Oh no, so we can't do anything here. We get
So
no.
even though because it's a rare, it doesn't matter if we kill it.
Nope, it has to be 5 or more mana cost to be replaced.
Yeah. Well,
we
I'm
can't.
kill it
We
anyway.
can't play Consecrate.
Why not? Oh, we can't play it.
We don't
Yeah.
have a spellcaster, so we're running.
But
Fate.
if I hit my face.
Yeah. Do it.
Take that.
Emote. There we go. Okay, so at least we won the emote meta.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Okay. So we think the mage has a better chance against this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we just attacked without a minion.
I mean, we lost anyway, so
Yeah,
it's not like it's that big a deal. But
well, you did get a warning strike from our referee.
It's a good thing that's the last game I'm gonna play.
Okay, so I put in a couple Yetis, those are out. I put in a couple of Brewmasters, those are out. How do we kill these dragons? Is A-bomb useful here? Couple A-bombs?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think A-bomb's gonna be that good against this deck. I think this deck is full of like higher cost stuff as well. So I think we just need to stack it full of. I don't know.
So another Dragon's Breath.
Yeah.
We can't play Forbidden Flame because we can only play 4 damage or less
Right.
spells. Arcane Explosions. We can't play Removal, otherwise Shatter could be OP. Mideast Valet. What is going to stop this? Can't play Duplicate. Would it be beneficial to have counter spells in this deck?
Yeah, probably for the massive spell, because that really is what got us.
Now, Power Word Tentacles, but it could get lost on a Power Word Shield.
True.
Can't play Morph. Mirror Entity. We can't play Summon spells. None of the. I mean, Spellbender's not that bad. We can get it buffed. Now,
yeah.
Even like Power Word Tentacle, it becomes a 3/9. What is a 3/9 gonna do?
Lots of trading.
At turn 5.
I think that's pretty good, actually. I think Spellbender's pretty good.
Do we want Cone of Cold?
I don't think so.
Can't play Fireball.
I almost feel like we need to like stack up on spell damage to be able to deal with these bigger minions. Or like Arcanist. Like just let him grow to like outrageous amounts.
Should we try that? I mean, we can only put 1 in the deck.
Right. I don't know. I think Spellbender's pretty good.
Spellbender?
I would probably put one of those in there. At least.
Okay. So 1 Spellbender.
And then I would start looking at like, do you have a Conjurer in there? Yeah, you do.
Ethereal,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I started looking at like bigger minions. Like, let's get some late game stuff in here, like some 6, 7, and 8 drops. It's like we need to be able to combat that late board.
What about Bomb Lobber?
Yeah, that's a good call.
Now that's a rare. Right now we have Sludge Belcher and Azure Drake.
Okay, well we can't have it then. Yeah.
Do we cut Azure Drake?
I don't think so. I think the spell damage in the draw is too good.
Oh, you know what? If I remember correctly, I mean it's not specifically in the ruling, but it is a dragon. We're playing a dragon deck. Like it's more for the dungeon theme.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't specify that beforehand, but technically, I don't think we should have this in the deck.
Oh, you shouldn't have Drakes against a dragon deck?
Yeah, it's like, we're bringing dragons.
What kind of nonsense is that? What are you talking about?
Bringing dragons into a dragon dungeon.
That's like being like, oh, we can't have a giant in our, D&D group because we're going to raid the giant stronghold. That would never fly. People would be like, fuck you, man.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so... Corrupted Healbot could trade well.
Yeah?
It's a rare, so we could cut Drake.
Why are you looking at rares?
No, I'm just looking at everything. Okay, so let me... I just clicked 5. Taunts? Yeah, I like what you were saying about those big taunts. Let's get a Bog Creeper in here.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe like a Kraken? You know how much I like Kraken.
That's true. Corrupted Jormonger? That was actually my nickname in high school. Okay, we're gonna pass over Corrupted Jormonger.
It's captured.
Stormwind Champion?
Talking about. I think Stormwind Champion would be good, but not in this deck.
Oh wow, I can't even read. Eldritch Horror.
Maybe Archmage? Get that spell damage, plus a pretty good body.
Yeah, it's in. Archmage is in. We have an Ogre.
Yeah, I don't know after that.
How do we beat the Eldritch Horror? I'm interested in that.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I think that's a decent pick.
Eldritch Horror or Northsea Kraken?
Oh, I would put the Kraken in over the Horror.
Should we YOLO this? Let's go.
I think YOLO. YOLO!
Alright.
Your overlay is wrong, by the way. I'm not recruiting. You are.
Yeah, I noticed that pretty late in the game. That's the issue with playing and producing, is you miss a lot of things.
So you suck. I got it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Fuck you. I think I just challenged Hambo in accident. I don't know.
You did.
It's hard over here. Being me, you don't know what it's like. Fuck you. I think we keep everything here, right?
I can't see it.
No, we only keep the Beckoner of Evil. Maybe the Water Ellie. Because we're getting coin.
It's still loading for me. Oh yeah, I wouldn't keep any of that. Maybe the Water Ellie. And yeah, the Beckoner. Yeah.
Should we be more aggressive for Frostbolts? Flame Cannons?
I mean, did we really have any problem with the lower cost?
I'm keeping Water Ellie.
Yeah, I think Water Ellie is fine to keep, and Beckoner, especially since we have coin. Look at that Drake. It's going to be such value. And totally not illegal.
Wow, so 3 dungeons, and it's coming down to the 5th raid attempt. I hope we could do this. I don't think we weakened his deck that much.
I don't think so either. I think this is going to be really, really difficult, in fact.
I did not realize you fools were still there.
Hector, I hate you. I hate you. The clips are perfect though. Oh god. Always fairy dragon this game.
I think it's fair to play Beckoner because we have so many other spellcasters in the deck. And like he can't buff it, so it's not like we have to worry about him trading favorably. Keeping his minions down to a manageable level, I think, is okay.
I love chat. What the fuck is this? What are raid bosses? Top Hat Demon, there's a long rulebook that we went over early that explained all that. Okay, so is it worth coining out Water Ellie?
I don't think so.
Let's see if Top Hat is still watching.
No, probably not.
No. Why
Probably
would
like,
he?
this is just stupid.
No,
I'm
this
out of
is-
here.
God damn, this is
Shield.
happening. This is happening.
This is our life.
Okay. I think Ellie's coming out.
Yeah, I think Ellie's fine. I mean, it's not the greatest, but I don't think it's terrible. He'd have to freeze both of his minions again for another turn if he attacked into it, so I think it's fine. See, it's way better than an ogre. It's not attacking at all. Okay. So, I think you play the Spellbender, and then I think you Flame Cannon, and whatever the Flame Cannon hits, if it's not the Cultist, you kill it with the Water Ellie.
I like that. He's probably looking at a buff next turn, so the Spellbender is good. Wow, we put one of it in that deck to target this. Oh, I hope it works. Yes, things are happening. Good things are happening. Okay. Now he's smarter to attack first than to buff first.
Well, what does he know it can't be? He knows it can't be Mirror. He knows it can't be Duplicate.
Right.
Or can it be Duplicate?
Can't be Duplicate because duplication spells are banned. It can't be Effigy because we can't have any summon spells.
So he knows it's probably either a counter or a Spellbender. Yeah. See, and that's way better.
Yes! He should have attacked first.
Yeah. Where's your emote game? Come on.
Oh no! Wait. Wait.
Oh, that's a summon spell, actually, isn't it?
You know what? Okay. We
strike one.
We did just break the rules, so we have to take a penalty for that somehow.
I think you just, I don't know, you can't use it.
Well, let's just never use it. That was a mistake. You know, we didn't read that deep into it.
We got excited. It's not our fault. Why doesn't Blizzard just come out and just like, support all of our wannabe needs? God, assholes. I think Spelcher's fine here.
Yeah.
Or Conjure, one or the other. Probably Belcher's better though.
I'll tell Hector he can ignore that minion.
Yeah. We're not going to attack with it because it shouldn't exist.
Oh!
He's gonna kill it too.
Yeah.
Add some fuel to the fire. Like, you know what? Fuck you. I don't need to ignore your minions. I'm just gonna kill it.
So Azure Drake, Frostbolt on the Blackwing Technician, or we can Conjurer, Frostbolt. Oh, we can run the Belcher
Mm-hmm.
and then Frostbolt it after we cast. Let's see what we get with Conjurer.
I think that's fine. I mean, otherwise, the other thing you could have done is just ran in and Flame Strike and cleared his board, but I guess we don't have a minion to cast it with. So it has to be Blizzard. That's the only we can't pick, right? Portal's banned.
We can play Portal because it's not summoning. But we
Okay.
take a risk because if we discover a legendary, it's unplayable.
Right. I think Blizzard's the best. Yeah, I don't know how good that was, but oh well.
Now, if we roll into a low cost mana minion. So.
Okay. I think you Drake first, definitely.
We could bolt the sorcerer, and then he has to trade in both of his minions.
Yeah, I mean, Flame Cannon is also an option. I like Bolt though. I think just Bolt is fine because then
we can do both with the coin.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, like, the thing is, I'm thinking like, what's he gonna be bringing next turn? Like, if you bring something big, you want to be able to Flame Strike it, right? So
now we Flame Cannon and hope that the Drake survives one turn, right?
yes, I think so.
Perfect.
Yep, that's good. That's the best that you could ask for.
I mean, when he kills his...
Okay. That's not great. I think you just Blizzard.
I think we Nova because next turn he's going to play a minion and we'll get more value.
That's fair.
And we play the Cthulhu's Chosen.
You trade it all then?
So he can't play any damage spells, which means we can kill the Drake, his whatever this is called,
and then Nova, and then play the Chosen.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm okay with that. And then next turn you can Blizzard and freeze everything again.
Well, we can Flame Strike and trade to kill. Ooh.
Well, that's not great. Oh, well, double Blizzard. I'll take that. Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely Blizzard.
And I think
pop the shield. I think on the big Deathwing. No, I think you pop it on the big one. Because you want to be able to pull some more shit out before you Flame Strike the board.
Good call. Oh! Oh my god.
So he's just hoping that he can keep that Ani alive, is what he's hoping now.
Yeah.
So I think that you Blizzard again.
So all we need to do is kill his raid bosses.
And you trade the Chosen into the Ysera.
Not Ysera.
Because you have to kill all 3 of his raid bosses.
Oh yeah, you're right. So we don't care about him drawing other shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the whole point was to try and get out his other raid boss without us, getting unfortunately destroyed by it.
We win next turn.
We win next turn if he doesn't have a taunt. Yes.
Yeah, but Flame Strike for 5 is pretty dope.
Yeah, but there's a lot of taunts that have more than 5 health.
Oh!
Oh no! I mean, we can still cast the Flame Strike.
Yeah.
And we can still kill everything but the Onyxia. So I think you definitely Flame Strike first and see what happens. Or do we trade first since we have the Flame Juggler?
Trade here. Yeah, because next turn we have a finisher with Kraken.
Yeah, exactly. I think you trade there first. And then you play Flame Juggler, and then you Flame Strike.
So trade.
No, what does that gain? What does that gain us, though?
No, let's Flame Strike first.
The only reason you would trade is you trade into the Deathwing Dragon Lord to see what pulls out of it, but that wouldn't win you the game then. Yeah. So I think you just you Flame Strike first and see what happens. But if there's a taunt, I guess. I don't know if there's any taunts that. Okay, that's not great.
Well, dude,
no, you hit the 8-1. You hit the Onyxia with it because it doesn't matter now.
Dude, this is auto. Flame Juggler could win the game.
Okay, that's true.
Flame Juggler's gonna win the game.
Oh.
But we have it next turn. Oh
yeah, I don't see how he can Power Word Tentacles. So wait, if
Power Word Tentacles wins him the game, like without a doubt. Without a doubt, it wins him the game.
Because I'm gonna say if yep, there.
We got him. Dude, we lost to a Flame Juggler.
No.
So wait, so 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, so, either way, he has lethal.
No, it doesn't, does he?
Yeah, dude, he has exactly 17 if we kill the Emerald Drake.
I think that's it then. I don't think we have a choice. I think this game.
Maybe he can't count. Maybe he can't count.
Just hope.
What? Oh man, 1 damage. 1 damage.
Stupid balance chosen.
Wow.
It's unfortunate.
Damn. Holy shit. All right, let's get that. Let's get that fuckboy in here. God damn it. Oh man.
Jake. So how you feeling, adventure?
Stupid villains chosen.
Dude. We love Flame Juggler. Oh my god, we almost
let us down.
We almost had it. So we were nervous because you had the Dragon Lord, Deathwing, whatever, out that could summon all your other stuff. But then you had all your bosses on board, and we had so much AoE, and it just all came down to that juggle. Damn it.
Well, sometimes it just doesn't go your way.
Damn, dude.
I will say, watching both of your guys' hands the entire game was amazingly fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, have you introduced the stream to our intern?
Yeah, early on I mentioned that Aaroy was helping us out with keeping logistics, letting us know what minions died and everything.
Fantastic, awesome. Yeah, he does an excellent job.
He's the man.
Yeah.
Like not even just this episode, but all of the episodes he's been helping out. But I will have to say that was fun, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
so definitely a fun way of playing.
Yeah, I hope that our viewers will enjoy it enough to take the rulebook themselves and make some of their own decks and play some co-op. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude, like we were so confident early because we were able to one-shot the Murloc deck. Demon deck, 2 shots. But I wasn't expecting Dragon Priest.
I wasn't expecting such a non-aggressive Dragon Priest, considering you can't use the hero power.
No.
Yeah, that was definitely close. I noticed that Kraken would have landed straight on Onyxia's head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, but I mean, I think that shows that this is a truly balanced format. That there'll be a lot of cases where, it comes down to the wire for both sides, and certainly was that way when we did testing, and it certainly was here.
Yeah, because the adventure decks get weaker after each iteration, even though the dungeon decks do as well, but only a little bit, because you're allowed to use duplicates, and you can reuse, smaller minions, but we have to replace everything. So yeah, I definitely think it's a balanced format. It makes you think of the game entirely differently because, like I mentioned, like I'm using minions I haven't used in like a year or more.
Wild, yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm disappointed I didn't get to purify off one of those freezes and hit you with Deathwing.
Right. Dude, game 1 when we pulled Deathwing off of Sneeds, like we were like, oh, we got this series. What is Murloc gonna do against Deathwing?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that I kind of faked you out there a little bit with Billy the Murloc's heroic attack.
Yeah.
Sometimes Murloc just gets a crazy idea and goes for it.
Yeah.
2 damage. Gotcha.
Insanity.
Yeah, but well played, you guys. That was a ton of fun on my end, and I hope you enjoyed it. So, really, what else do we have to say, Nate?
Nothing. We'll have to do this again because we got to get somebody on here who could stomp you and kick your ass.
And know the rules.
What
are you talking about?
That's the most difficult part, It's learning a new game, Technically, this is like, second time we've played this game because it's entirely different, so.
Yeah, have you dropped the news to our viewers that Monday Madness will be taking a hiatus after next week's episode?
Yeah, so technically this was going to be the last episode because when we first introduced this show, it was just going to be in the off season. However, Hector came up with a really good idea for one last show that we'll do next Monday, since After the Salt Settles we'll be starting a week late since there a lot of the data and stuff given player ratings. Player power ratings that Jerry does and the top dogs that we do isn't really going to be relevant week 1, so we'll do another episode of Monday Madness. And given that the new Legion WoW just came out, you came up with a really cool format for that, if you would like to go into detail on that.
Yeah, I'll put some rule slides up on Facebook later this week to kind of tease it some more, but we're going to be playing a little bit with, once you're in the game, restricting the playability of certain cards. So decks are going to be able to call each other out and banish a card in the opponent's deck to Twisting Nether. So if that card's drawn, it's a blank. And we're going to do a quick series like that before we go into the actual Legion challenge, where one side will be piloted entirely by Gul'dan and each of his 3 decks by a Demon Lord, and the other side by the Heroes of Azeroth, which, if any of you have played World of Warcraft, you'll know, you'll recognize many of. And those will be the legendaries available. But it's going to be a fun time. It'll be a fun episode to go out on, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I remember when you first showed me the rules. I thought it was just awesome because it's relevant to what WoW just released. But I was like, is this going to be interesting? Is this going to be confusing? We ran into that first, I started building the first deck, and I was like, oh, this is fun. And then we played those first few games. I was like, all right, this is cool. So what you came up with was really, really cool. I give you credit for that. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, but this one is Nate's brainchild.
Oh,
came up with
Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I was in
over a plane flight.
Yeah, I was on a plane. Back from New York, and this is when we were first talking about ideas of what we wanted to do for the show, and I wrote up 90% of this, and the last 10% we've been tweaking and fine-tuning over the last month or so, and came up with something cool that I had a lot of fun with.
Yeah, absolutely. You got anything else you want to cover before we give our players some chances to say thanks, and then give a little tease?
No, I'm good. Cutthroat, final thoughts?
I got none.
He doesn't even
Thanks
have
for being
any.
here, dude.
He's
And,
he's salty. A-Roy,
I'm all mad.
A-Roy, thanks for all your help. Jake, good job on your end.
You as well, of course.
You got lucky. That's it. That's the only reason why you won, of course. Of course.
Ah, man, it's the dragon power.
Yeah. But no, that's it for tonight. Had a lot of fun.
All right. Well, we're gonna leave you with a couple of quick teaser images for what's coming next week, and we'll see you then.
Night, y'all.
Peace.